Today we are going to look at the present simple of the verb to be. Affirmative. I am a teacher. I am a teacher of English. You are a student. You are students. He is a boy. She is a girl. It is a cat. It is a table. It is a chair. We are English language learners. They are doctors. Remember, I am short for I'm. You are your. He is his. She is she's. It is its. We are we're. They are there. Negative. I am not an engineer. I am a teacher of English. You are not a teacher. He is not a girl. She is not a boy. It is not a dog. They are not lawyers. Remember, I am not. Short for I'm not. You are not. You aren't. He is not. He isn't. She is not. She isn't. It is not. It isn't. We are not. We aren't. They are not. They aren't. Interrogative with yes/no questions. Am I a good student? Yes, you are. Are you online? Yes, I am. Is it a dog? No, it isn't. Remember, am I? Are you? Is he? Is she? Is it? Are we? Are they? Now, I invite you to do this exercise. You are going to write the correct form of the verb. My cat, black and white. He, inside the house. Mom and Dad, away. Grandma, here. Grass, green. The sun, yellow. The sea blue, New York, a city in the USA. Canada, north of the USA. A horse, an animal. The bike, from my father. The poster, from John. Okay, now let's correct. Here's the correction. I hope you have learned something from this video. Hi everyone and welcome to this new video about to be in simple past. Last time we were talking about to be in simple present. Do you remember? I am, you, we, they are, he, she, it is. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, you are, we are, they are. I am like, I am a teacher. But in 2002, I was a student in Ibn Mu'taz. high school. This was in the past. But now, in the present, I am a teacher of English in the same high school. I'm lucky. So, I was is to be in simple past. I am to be in simple present. Remember, affirmative. I was, you were, she was, he was, it was, we were, they were. Negative. Hello, Sarah. You weren't online yesterday. Did you forget our online lesson? How can I forget my favorite course, teacher? This was just because the internet connection wasn't fast enough. It was very slow. Remember, I was not. Short form, I wasn't. You were not. You weren't. She was not. She wasn't. He was not. He wasn't. It was not. It wasn't. We were not. We weren't. You were not. You weren't. They were not. They weren't. I was. Was I? You were. Were you? He was. Was he? She was. Was she? It was. Was it? We were. Were we? You were. Were you? They were. Were they? Before the verb, you can also have a WH question word. For example, why, who, what, where, etc. For example, were you happy? Yes, I was. Why were you happy? Because I was given a laptop in my birthday. To be short answers. Was I? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Were you? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Was he? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Was she? Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. Was it? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Were we? Yes, we were. No, you weren't. Were you? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Were they? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Now let's do exercise 1. You are going to rewrite the sentences in simple past. I am 7 years old. You are my best friend. The women are talking. Your bike is in the garage. Andrew is reading a book. The boys are very kind. Okay? Finished? Shall we correct? Okay, good. I am 7 years old. I was 7 years old. You are my best friend. You were my best friend. The women are talking. Hi everyone, thanks for clicking and welcome to this new lesson about the present simple tense. In English, there are 12 verb tenses. Today, we are going to look at the present simple. Affirmative. I always wake up at 7 in the morning. I usually start preparing some online lessons at 8:30. I always have lunch at noon. She always wakes up at 7 in the morning. She usually starts preparing some online lessons at 8:30. She never forgets doing housework and taking care of her family. Notice, I always wake up at 7 in the morning. She always wakes up at 7 in the morning. I never forget doing housework and taking care of my family. She never forgets doing housework and taking care of her family. So, what do you notice? Wake up, wakes up, forget, forgets. So, what is the rule? So, and aren't tired. Carol doesn't have any brothers or sisters. I don't drink milk. She doesn't like maths. I am not from England. Hi everyone. I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to look at the simple past. To understand this lesson, you should know two types of verbs: regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular verbs have rules. Irregular verbs do not have rules. Regular verbs have rules. One of the rules is verb plus ed. For example, walk, walked, dance, danced, paint, painted. Irregular verbs do not have rules. You should memorize them. You should learn them by heart. For example, be, was, do, did, speak, spoke. Affirmative. Look at these examples. I had a great weekend. How was yours, Sarah? What did you do? Last weekend, I talked with my grandparents. Talk, simple past, talked. I studied online. Study, studied. When Y comes after a consonant, which is D, it changes into I, and we add ed. I prepared a cake. Prepare, prepared. I drank coffee. What about you? Drink, drank. First of all, I went to the beach. Go, simple past, went. I ate my favorite food. Eat, ate. I gave flowers to my aunt. Give, gave. This is a list of the most common irregular verbs that will be the subject of another video. So let's just take a look. So, be, was, were, been. Become, became, become. Begin, began, began. Bring, brought, brought. Buy, bought, bought. Choose, chose, chosen. Come, came, come. Do, did, done. Drink, drank, drank. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Feel, felt, felt. Find, found, phoned. Fly, flew, flown. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Get, got, got or gotten. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Have, had, had. Hear, heard, heard. Keep, kept, kept. Know, knew, known. Leave, left, left. Lend, lent, lent. Let, let, let. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Meet, met, met. Pay, paid, paid. Put, put, put. Read, read, read. Run, run, ran. Say, said, said. See, sow, sin. Sell, sold, sold. Send, sent, sent. Sing, song, song. Sit, sat, sat. Sleep, slept, slept. Speak, spoke, spoken. Stand, stood, stood. Swim, swam, swam. Take, took, taken. Teach, taught, taught. tell, told, told. Think, thought, thought. Understand, understood, understood. Wear, wore, worn. Write, wrote, written. The negative form of the simple past. For example, I didn't forget my favorite hobby. I didn't answer all the messages. Remember, I, you, we, they, he, she, it, didn't, plus verb. For example, I didn't forget to give her flowers yesterday. She didn't talk to me last night. Interrogative. Did you have a good time with your mom? Yes, I did. Did you finish reading your favorite book? No, I didn't. Remember, did I, you, we, they go to school yesterday? Did he, she, it sleep late last night? We use the simple past to talk about actions that started and ended in the past. For example, William Shakespeare wrote Hamlet. So this action is over because William Shakespeare is dead. Past habitual actions. I worked in Abdelkrim Khattabi High School 5 days a week for 4 years. Now I work in Casablanca. Events that were true for some time in the past. I lived in the village for 4 years. Now I live in Casablanca. The simple past is used with some expressions like yesterday, a week, a month, a year ago, last month, last year, last weekend, last Monday, last night, the day before yesterday, 2 days, or 2 months, 2 years ago. Now let's do exercise 1. Put the verbs into the simple past. Are you ready? Last year, I go to England on holiday. It be fantastic. I visit lots of interesting places. It be with 2 friends of mine. In the mornings, we walk in the streets of London. The weather be fine. It not rain a lot. Where spent you your last holiday? Have you finished? Let's correct. Good. So, last year I went to England on holiday. It was fantastic. I visited lots of interesting places. I was with 2 friends of mine. In the mornings, we walked in the streets of London. The weather was fine. It didn't rain a lot. Where did you spend your last holiday? Now let's do exercise 2. Put the sentences in simple past. We move to a new house. They bring a sandwich. He doesn't do the homework. They sell cars. Does he visit his friends? So, finished? Let's correct. Good. So, we moved to a new house. They brought sandwich. He didn't do the homework. They sold cars. Did he visit his friends? Hi everyone! Today we are going to learn the most common irregular verbs in English. Are you ready? Let's begin. B. Was, were, been, bit, bit, bitten, become, became, become, begin, began, begun, bend, bent, bent, bet, 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 bite, bit, bitten, blow, blew, blown, break, broke, broken, bring, brought, brought, broadcast, 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 build, built, built, burst, 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 buy, bought, bought, catch, caught, caught, choose, chose, chosen, come, came, come, cost, 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 creep, crept, crept, cat, 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 dill, dealt, dealt, dig, dug, dug, do, did, done, drew, drew, drawn, drink, drank, drank, drive, drove, driven, eat, ate, eaten, fall, fell, fallen, feed, fed, fed, feel, felt, felt, fight, fought, fought, find, phone, phoned, flee, fled, fled, fly, flew, flown, forbid, forbid, forbidden, forget, forgot, forgotten, forgive, forgave, forgiven, freeze, froze, frozen, get, got, got, give, gave, given, go, went, gone, grow, grew, grown, hang, hung, hung, have, had, had, hear, heard, heard, hide, hid, hidden, hit, 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 hold, held, held, hurt, 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 keep, kept, kept, kneel, knelt, knelt, know, knew, known, lay, laid, laid, lead, led, led, leave, left, left, lend, lent, lent, let, 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 lie, lay, lane, light, lit, lit, lose, lost, lost, make, made, made, mean, meant, meant, meet, met, met, pay, paid, paid, put, 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 read, red, red. Ride, road, ridden. Rain, ran, run. Rise, rose, risen. Run, ran, run. Say, said, said. See, saw, seen. Seek, sought, sought. Sell, sold, sold. Send, sent, sent. Set, set, set. Sew, sewed, sewn. Shake, shook, shaken. Shine, shone, shown. Shoot, shot, shot. Show, showed, showed. Shrink, shrank, shrank. Shut, shut, shut. Sing, sang, song. Sink, sank, sank. Sit, sat, sat. Sleep, slept, slept. Slide, slid, slid. Speak, spoke, spoken. Spend, spent, spent. Spit, spat, spat. Split, split, split. Spread, spread, spread. Spring, sprang, sprang. Stand, stood, stood. Still, stole, stolen. Stick, stuck, stuck. Sting, stun, stun. Stink, stunk, stunk. Strike, struck, struck. Swear, swore, swore. Sweep, swept, swept. Swim, swam, swam. Swing, swan, swan. Take, took, taken. Teach, taught, taught. Tear, tore, torn. Tell, told, told. Think, thought, thought. Throw, threw, thrown. Understand, understood, understood. Wake, woke, woken. Wear, wore, worn. Weep, wept, wept. Win, won, won. Write, wrote, written. Now it's your turn. I would like you to practice. Please watch and speak. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. In the previous videos, we were talking about some simple tenses like the present simple and the past simple tense. Today, we are focusing on a perfect tense, which is the present perfect. How do we form the present perfect? So, look at the following examples and see how we form the present perfect tense. Try to focus on the verbs written in red. We have been friends for 3 years. She hasn't stopped crying. She has eaten her favorite food. I have just received your messages. She has listened to her favorite song many times. The present perfect is formed using have or has plus the past participle. That is, I, you, we, they plus have plus the past participle, he, she, it plus has plus the past participle. Remember. So have is used with I, you, we, they. Has is used with he, she, it. Okay? Good. Let's look at these examples. So, positive, I have worked. Negative, I have not worked. Interrogative, have I worked? Positive, you have worked. Negative, you have not worked. Interrogative, have you worked? Positive, we have worked. Negative, we have not worked. Interrogative, have we worked? Positive, they have worked. Negative, they have not worked. Interrogative, have they worked? Positive, he has worked. Negative, he has not worked. Interrogative, has he worked? Positive, she has worked. Negative, she has not worked. Interrogative, has she worked? Positive, it has worked. Negative, it has not worked. Interrogative, has it worked? Remember that the present perfect is formed using subject plus have or has plus the past participle. How do we form the past participle? For irregular verbs, the past participle form of the verb is the same as the past tense, so you just add ed or d. For irregular verbs, the past participle is in the third column of the list of irregular verbs. Do you remember? Be, was, were, been, bit, bit, bitten, become, became, become, begin, began, begun. You can find the link of this video in the description box. The present perfect is used with expressions like since yesterday, since 2013, since last week, for 7 years. Ever, never, once, many times, already, yet, so far, before, just, recently, lately. Now let's do exercise 1. Make the present perfect. Choose positive, negative, or question. I go to the library today. You keep a pet for 3 years. You eat Thai food before. It rained all day. Who we forget to invite. We not hear that song already. He not forget his books. Have you finished? Okay. Let's correct. I have been to the library today. You have kept a pet for 3 years. Have you eaten Thai food before? Has it rained all day? Who have we forgotten to invite? We haven't heard that song already. He hasn't forgotten his books. Now let's do exercise 2. Make the present perfect positive, negative, or question. She passed the exam. You eat lunch yet. He read the newspaper today. You not study French for 10 years. They be in London for 6 months. Where you be? We not go to Paris. She not see the Lord of the Rings. Okay, have you finished? Let's correct. Has she passed the exam? Have you eaten lunch yet? Has he read the newspaper today? You haven't studied French for 10 years. They have been in London for 6 months. Where have you been? We haven't gone, or we haven't been to Paris. She hasn't seen the Lord of the Rings. Last time we were talking about the present perfect. Today we are going to compare the present perfect with the past simple. Teacher, what's the difference between the present perfect and the past simple? To answer this question, you need to think about finished time and unfinished time. How? Look at the following examples. We have been friends for 3 years. When I say we have been friends for 3 years, I mean that we are still friends. This is an unfinished time. This is an example of an unfinished time. That's why we use the present perfect. We have been friends and we are still friends. Okay? So this is an example of an unfinished action. I knew Iman for 3 years. When I say I knew Iman for 3 years, I mean that now it's over. I don't know her. Maybe because she moved away and we lost touch. That's why I used the simple past in this example. So this is an example of a finished time. Finished time. Okay? He has been to England 5 times. He has been to England 5 times. This event happened sometime during a person's life. We don't say when the experience happened. That's why we use the present perfect, has been. The present perfect is used to express an unspecific time. Today we are going to talk about simple future with will. There are many tenses and ways to talk about the future. In this lesson, you will learn the easiest way to talk about the future by using the word will. When we talk about the future, we are talking about something that happens after now. Look at the following examples and see how we form simple future with will. I will send you an email tomorrow. She will be late or she'll be late. I will make some sandwiches or I'll make some sandwiches. She will cook dinner. It will rain tomorrow or it'll rain tomorrow. Remember, I, you, he, she, it, you, we, they, plus will, plus verb. For example, I will go to school or I'll go to school. So, subject plus will plus verb. Negative. I will not be late or I won't be late. It will not rain tomorrow or it won't rain tomorrow. She will not help her or she won't help her. Remember, I, you, he, she, it, you, we, they, plus will not, plus verb. For example, I will not go to school or I won't go to school. So, subject plus will not or won't plus verb. Interrogative. Will she make dinner? Will I travel this summer? When will she come? When will I go out? Where will I go this summer? Remember, will plus I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, plus verb. So, will plus subject plus verb. For example, will I work? Will you work? Questions with question words like when, where, etc. So, when plus will plus I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, plus verb. For example, when will I travel? So, question word plus will plus subject plus verb. We use simple future with will to express a voluntary action. It's about wanting to do something or not wanting to do something in the future. For example, I will visit London one day. I left the door open. I will close it right now. I will have a cup of coffee, please. We use simple future with will to express offer. For example, don't worry, I'll help you with your homework. Promise, we will be friends forever. Prediction, I will be rich. For 3, it's or warning. Be on time or I will not accept you in my class. With the verbs like hope, think, believe, expect, with expressions like I'm sure, I'm afraid, the adverbs like probably, perhaps, etc. For example, I am hungry. I think I'll have a sandwich. She will probably stay at home. Simple future with will is used with some expressions like tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next week, next year, tonight, soon, in a week, in a year, etc. Now, let's do this exercise. Make the future simple. There is someone at the door. I get it. I'm moving house tomorrow. I come and help you. I'm afraid I not be able to come tomorrow. Because of the train strike, the meeting not take place at 9 o'clock. What time the sun set today? She get the job. Do you think? David be at home this evening. Have you finished? Okay, let's correct. There is someone at the door. I'll get it. I'm moving house tomorrow. I'll come and help you. I'm afraid I won't be able to come tomorrow. Because of the train strike, the meeting won't take place at 9 o'clock. What time will the sun set today? Will she get the job, do you think? Will David be at home this evening? Last time we were talking about simple future with will. Today we are going to look at simple future with be going to. Look at the following examples and see how we form simple future with be going to. I am going to spend Sunday evening at home. My aunt is going to paint a beautiful picture next Saturday. The weather is going to be very cold. We are going to make some sandwiches and go to the park. Remember, I plus am plus going to plus verb. He or she or it plus is plus going to plus verb. You or we or they plus are plus going to plus verb. For example, I am going to work. He, she, it is going to play. You, we, they are going to do our homework. Negative. I am not going to relax because I will be very busy. We are not going to eat out on Friday evening. She is always late. I am not going to accept her in my class next time. Remember, I plus am plus not plus going to plus verb. He or she or it plus is plus not going to plus verb. You or we or they plus are plus not plus going to plus verb. For example, I am not going to help you. She is not going to help you. You, we, they are not going to play football, for example. Interrogative. Are we going to eat out next Saturday? Are you going to read that book tonight? Who is going to make my birthday cake? Remember, plus I plus going to plus verb. Is plus he or she or it plus going to plus verb. Are plus you or we or they plus going to plus verb. For example, am I going to travel? Is he going to come? Are you going to help me? Remember, we use simple future with be going to express a planned action for the future. For example, I am going to visit my mother on Friday. Second, we use simple future with be going to express a prediction. For example, it's really cold, I'm sure. It is going to rain tomorrow. Simple future with be going to is used with some expressions like today, tomorrow, soon, someday, this afternoon, or this week, or this month, etc. Next week, next year, next month, etc. Now let's do this exercise. Put the verbs into the correct form. You are going to put the verbs between brackets in simple future by using be going to. Number 1, it, rain tomorrow. Number 2, they eat couscous next Friday. Number 3, I wear blue shoes tonight. Number 4, we not help you. Number 5, Jack not walk home. Number 6, cook you dinner. Have you finished? Okay, let's correct. So, it is going to rain tomorrow. They are going to eat couscous next Friday. I am going to wear blue shoes tonight. We are not going to help you. Jack is not going to walk home. Are you going to cook dinner? In the previous videos, we were talking about simple future with will and simple future with be going to. Today, we are going to compare will and be going to. Our lesson will be divided into 3 main parts. The first part will be about will. It's just a review of the form of will. The second part will be about be going to, in terms of form, of course. The last part will be a comparison between will and be going to. Now let's revise will and be going to. Part 1. Will. She will cook dinner. Remember, will in the affirmative form: I, you, he, she, it, you, we, they, plus will plus verb. I will go to school, or I'll go to school. So the rule is subject plus will plus verb. It will not rain tomorrow, or it won't rain tomorrow. So will in the negative form: I, you, he, she, it, you, we, they, plus will not or won't, plus verb. For example, I will not work. You won't work. She won't work, or she will not work. So the rule is subject plus will not or won't plus verb. Will she make dinner? So will in the interrogative form: will plus I, you, he, she, it, you, we, they, plus verb. Will I work? Will you work? So the rule is will plus subject plus verb. When will I go out? So will in the interrogative form with question words, for example, when, where, etc. So when plus will plus I, you, he, she, it, you, we, they, plus verb. When will I travel? So the rule is question word plus will plus subject plus verb. Part 2. Be going to. I am going to spend Sunday evening at home. So be going to in the affirmative form: I plus am plus going to plus verb. He or she or it plus is plus going to plus verb. You, we, they plus are plus going to plus verb. I am not going to relax because I will be very busy. Be going to in the negative form: I plus am plus not plus going to plus verb. He, she, it plus is plus not plus going to plus verb. You, we, they plus are plus not plus going to plus verb. Are you going to read that book tonight? Be going to in the interrogative form: am plus I plus going to plus verb. Is plus he, she, it plus going to plus verb. Are, you, we, they plus going to plus verb. Part 3. In this part we are going to compare will and be going to. Let's look at these examples. Will plus verb. We use will plus verb for a decision at the moment of speaking. For example, there is no milk. Really? In that case, I'll go and get some. So the decision of this man is at the moment of speaking, not before. Okay? So this is an instant decision. But be going to, we use it for a decision before the moment of speaking. For example, I am going to travel to England. I've already bought the ticket. So this decision, I made it before, not now. I made it before the moment of speaking. Will plus verb. We use will plus verb to express a prediction based on opinion. So we predict something in the future based on our opinion. It's just an opinion. Okay? So I think coronavirus will end soon. Really? I hope so. Be going to plus verb, we use it to express a prediction based on something we can see or hear now. For example, it is going to rain tomorrow. So this prediction is based on something that we notice or see, okay, now. Will plus infinitive is used to express a future fact. For example, the sun will rise tomorrow. We also use will plus verb or will plus infinitive to express an offer or for offers. For example, I'll help you tomorrow if you like. We use will plus infinitive to express promises. For example, we will be friends forever. We also use will plus infinitive for threats or warnings. For example, be on time or I will not accept you in my class. Now, let's do this exercise. Put in will or be going to. Number 1, we don't have any bread. I know, I get some from the shop. Number 2, we don't have any bread. Really? I get some from the shop then. Number 3, why do you need to borrow my suitcase? I visit my mother in Scotland next month. I'm really cold. I turn the heating on. Okay? Have you finished? Let's correct. There is no milk. I know. I'm going to get some from the shop. So in this example, I know that there is no milk. The decision of getting some milk from the shop is already done before, because I know that there is no milk. So the decision is made before the moment of speaking. Number 2, there is no milk. Really? I'll get some from the shop. So in number 2, we used simple future with will because it is a decision made at the moment of speaking. So for example, the person said, really? So he didn't know that there is no milk before. Okay? So that's why he uses a simple future with will. Really? I'll get some from the shop then. Okay? Number 3, why do you need to borrow my suitcase? I'm going to visit my mother in Scotland next month. So I'm going to visit my mother. So this is a decision made before the moment of speaking. So it is already planned. It is planned before the moment of speaking, not now. Now look at number 4. I'm really cold. I'll turn the heating on. So the decision of turning the heating on is an instant decision. It is not planned before, because it is made at the moment of speaking. I'm really cold, so I'll turn the heating on, okay, for you, for example. In the previous videos, we were talking about some simple tenses like the present simple, the past simple, and future simple tense. Today, we are going to look at one of the continuous tenses, which is the present continuous tense. Look at the following examples and see how we form the present continuous. I am driving to work.
I am studying English.
I am eating popcorn and watching TV.
I am working on my computer.
Affirmative. I am driving to work. I am studying English. I am eating popcorn. So the present continuous in the affirmative form, I plus am plus verb plus ing. You or we or they plus are plus verb plus ing. He or she or it plus is plus verb plus ing.
Can I help you?
I am not buying heavy things.
I am not eating popcorn because I don't like it.
I am not letting anyone use my computer.
Negative. I am not buying heavy things. I am not eating popcorn. I am not letting anyone use my computer. So, the present continuous in the negative form, I plus am plus not plus verb plus ing. You or we or they plus are plus not plus verb plus ing. He or she or it plus is plus not plus verb plus ing.
Are you waiting for the bus?
Yes, I am.
Are you looking for a specific novel? I am looking for The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. Are you waiting for Dr. Samir or Dr. Ahmed?
Yes, I am. I am waiting for Dr. Samir.
Interrogative. Are you waiting for the bus? Are you looking for a specific novel? Are you waiting for Dr. Ahmed? So, the present continuous in the interrogative form, am plus I plus verb plus ing, are plus you or we or they plus verb plus ing, is plus he or she or it plus verb plus ing. The present continuous in the interrogative form with what, why, where, when, etc. So what, for example, plus am plus I plus verb plus ing. For example, what am I working? Why are you working? Where are you working? Or when is he or she working? So the rule is question word, for example, what, why, where, when, etc., plus am or are or is, plus subject, plus verb, plus ing. What am I working? What are you working? Why is he working? We use the present continuous to talk about activities at the moment of speaking. For example, I am just leaving work. I'll be home in an hour. We use the present continuous to talk about future plans or arrangements. For example, Sarah is going to a new school next year. Now let's do this exercise. Make the present continuous. Number 1, he walks to school now. Number 2, I study at the moment. Number 3, I not sleep. Number 4, you play badminton tonight. Number 5, we watch TV. Number 6, she not work in Spain. Have you finished? Okay, let's correct. He's walking to school now. I'm studying at the moment. I'm not sleeping. You're playing badminton tonight. We're watching TV. She isn't working in Spain. Look at the following examples and see how we form the past continuous tense. Affirmative. I was doing some body weight exercises. He was playing drums. She was studying online. So, the past continuous in the affirmative form, I plus was plus verb plus ing. For example, I was playing. We or you or they plus were plus verb plus ing. For example, we were playing. You were playing. They were playing. He or she or it plus was plus verb plus ing. For example, he was playing. She was playing. So we use was with I, he, she, it. Were with we, you, they. Negative. He wasn't working in the office. She wasn't cooking. I wasn't exercising at home. So the past continuous in the negative form, I plus wasn't or was not plus verb plus ing. For example, I wasn't playing. We or you or they plus weren't or were not plus verb plus ing. We weren't playing. He or she or it plus wasn't or was not plus verb plus ing. Interrogative. Were you sleeping when I called you? Was your mother cooking? Was he working in the office? So the past continuous in the interrogative form was plus I plus verb plus ing. Were plus we or you or they plus verb plus ing. Was plus he or she or it plus verb plus ing. So we use was with I, he, she, it. We use were with we, you, they. Remember. Interrogative with question words like why, when, where, etc. Who was she talking to on the phone yesterday? What was she doing at the supermarket? Why was the baby crying yesterday? So, question word plus were or was plus subject plus verb plus ing. For example, what were you doing yesterday? Where was Nadia going last holiday? Why was the baby crying last night? We use the past continuous tense to indicate that a long action is interrupted by a short action. The long action is in the past continuous. The short action is in the simple past. For example, while she was walking, it started to rain. Was walking is in the past continuous. It's a long action. Started is a short action. It is in the simple past. We also use the past continuous tense to express the idea that a longer action is interrupted by a specific time in the past. For example, last night at 6 p.m. they were watching TV. We also use the past continuous tense to indicate that two actions in the same sentence were happening at the same time. For example, while Nora was reading, her little sister was watching television. So these two actions were happening at the same time. We also use the past continuous tense to express a series of parallel actions. Parallel actions, as I explained before, are actions that were happening at the same time in the past. For example, when I came to the school bell was ringing. Some students were running towards the classrooms. Our teacher was standing in front of the classroom. She was looking at her watch and waiting for the other students to come. We also use the past continuous tense to express a repetition with always. For example, she was always coming to class late. So we can use the past continuous to express something that often happened in the past. Now, what's the difference between while and when? The answer is simple. When is most often followed by the verb in simple past. So when plus simple past. For example, when I called you. For example, while is usually followed by the past continuous. While expresses the idea of during that time. For example, I was studying when she called. While I was studying, she called. So I was studying when she called. So when is followed by simple past. For example, called. While is followed by the past continuous. For example, was studying. Now let's do the following exercise. Make the past continuous. Number 1, they take the exam. Number 2, when he worked there. Number 3, you make dinner. Number 4, they drink coffee when you arrive. Number 5, when we sleep. Number 6, they study last night. Have you finished? Now let's correct. Were they taking the exam? When was he working there? Were you making dinner? In the previous video, we were talking about the past continuous tense. Today, we are going to talk about the difference between the past continuous and the past simple. Our lesson will be divided into 3 major parts. The first part will be a revision of the past simple. The second part will be a revision of the past continuous. And in the last part, we are going to learn the difference between the 2 tenses. You should know 2 types of verbs: regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular verbs have rules. Irregular verbs do not have rules. Regular verbs have rules. Verb plus ed. For example, walk, walked. Dance, danced. Paint, painted. Irregular verbs do not have rules. You should memorize them. You should learn them by heart. For example, be, was. Do, did. Speak, spoke. The past continuous in the affirmative form I plus was plus verb plus ing. We, you, they plus were plus verb plus ing. He, she, it plus was plus verb plus ing. For example, I was playing football. The past continuous in the negative form I plus wasn't or was not plus verb plus ing. We, you, they plus weren't plus verb plus ing. He, she, it plus wasn't plus verb plus ing. For example, I wasn't exercising. The past continuous in the interrogative form was plus I plus verb plus ing. Were plus we or you or they plus verb plus ing. Was plus he or she or it plus verb plus ing. For example, was I playing? Was I exercising? Now watch the following video to understand the difference between the 2 tenses. So watch, learn, and enjoy.
So, how was your day?
Well, it was a day full of surprises.
Full of surprises? How?
It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. I decided to do some exercises. I was exercising and enjoying the beautiful day. While I was exercising, it started to rain. I was so angry because I didn't have an umbrella. I decided to go home. While I was walking, it stopped raining. When I came in, my mom was sitting in her favorite armchair and watching TV. I was trying to tell her what happened. While we were talking, her phone rang. It was my aunt. She asked my mom to be ready for the party. Which party? It was my mom's birthday, but I forgot. So, what did you do? I didn't show that I forgot her birthday. I decided to buy her a necklace. I went to the jewelry store. I told the jeweler that I need a necklace for my mom's birthday. He recommended a beautiful one. While we were talking about the price, I realized that I forgot money.
What did you do then?
I asked the jeweler if I could pay by a credit card. He said that he didn't have a credit card machine. I asked him to keep the necklace for me until I bring the money. He agreed. I went out of the jewelry store to look for an automated teller machine. While I was walking, I found 3 ATMs. I withdrew money. I went back to the jewelry store and I finally bought the necklace. I went home. When I entered, my mom was trying to open the gift box that my aunt had brought. And my brother was playing guitar. It was a beautiful dress. My dad was waiting for his turn to give her flowers. My dad gave her the flowers. I gave her the necklace. She was so happy. We were all happy.
It was a happy ending.
Yes, it was.
Now we are going to understand the difference between the past continuous and the past simple. Look at the following examples and see how these two tenses are different. While I was exercising, it started to rain. In this sentence, we have two actions. The first action is a long action. It lasted for a period of time. So, we use the past continuous. The first action was exercising is conjugated in the past continuous. It's a long action. It takes a long time. It is lasted for a long period of time. The second action is a short action that has interrupted the first. So for this, we need the past simple. So, in this sentence, we have two actions, a long action and a short action. The long action is an action that lasted for a period of time. That's why we conjugated the first action in the past continuous. The second action is a short action. That's why we use the past simple. So, the first action is a long action. It lasted for a period of time. We therefore use the past continuous. The second action is a short action that has interrupted the first. So for this, we need the past simple. When I came in, my mom was watching TV. The same remark. In this sentence, we have two actions. Came in and was watching. Came in is a short action. That's why the verb come is conjugated in the past simple. Was watching is a long action. That's why here we use the past continuous. While we were talking about the price, I realized that I forgot money. So, in this sentence, we have two actions. A long action, which is we're talking, and a short action, which is I realized. So, the first verb is conjugated in the past continuous because it's a long action. The second verb is conjugated in the past simple because it's a short action. So remember, for long actions we use the past continuous, and for short actions we use the past simple. Long action and short action. For the long action, which means doing something that takes time, you use the past continuous. For the short action, a short action doesn't take a lot of time, so we use the past simple. So for long actions, past continuous. For short actions, past simple. Remember. Now, let's do this exercise. Make the past simple or the past continuous. Remember before you do this exercise that for long actions we use the past continuous, and for short actions we use what? The past simple. So, number 1, what you do when I call you last night. Number 2, I sit in a cafe when you call. Number 3, when you arrive at the party, who be there. Number 4, Susie watch a film when she hear the noise. Have you finished? Good, let's correct. So, what were you doing when I called you last night? Number 2, I was sitting in a cafe when you called. Number 3, when you arrived at the party, who was there? Number 4, Susie was watching a film when she heard the noise.